In this video, we're going to look at creating a simple referral request. Social proof is very persuasive. People tend to trust their friends and family more about a buying decision than anything else. Having a system to ask for referrals from your existing customers is a great way to lower customer acquisition costs because referrals are normally easier to close. Before we get started building the model, you may want to build some custom fields first. We're going to need a custom text field for the referring name, and they're also going to need a custom email type field for the referring email. You can create these in the middle of building the model, or you can do it before you even get into it. We're going to start with a note applied goal. This will trigger the entire process. Once the note has been applied, we will ask for a referral. Referrals will be collected. And then, of course, we will have a task to follow up on the referrals. We're going to connect them linearly. And at this point, for this to work, there's one setting that we want to do at the campaign level. We need to make sure that this web form is an entry point. This means that even if somebody has not had this note applied to their record, if they fill out this form, we'll still get a task to follow up. You'll see why this is important in a moment. For right now, we're going to double click on the corner here, and we're going to say the goal can be achieved by any contact. And now we have this little person symbol indicating this is also an entry point. There's no person symbol here because by default, at the beginning of the chain, it is an entry point. We're going to configure our note template real quick. A meaningful title, and then a meaningful body. We can now mark this note as ready. We're now going to go ahead and set up the web form. So let's double click into it. And in this case, we are only going to be collecting the person's name and phone number. Specifically the referral's name and phone number. So we're going to change the name label to say my friend's name is and then we're going to do the same thing with the phone field. My friend's phone number is, and make this required. Do you recall how we had the custom text and email fields? Here's where we need them. We're going to go ahead and grab an other snippet, and we're going to start by looking for the referring name. And it's hiding in here. How embarrassing. There it is. So under referring name, we're going to say my name is. And then this way, the person who's submitting the form will actually be in a custom field of the person that's created. To find that email field, we're going to have to use an email snippet. And here we can find the referring email. We're going to change the call to action to say, please call them. So at this point, we simply need to add a little bit more context here. So we're going to add a title snippet that says, recommend a friend. Because remember, we're going to be taking people here from an email. So this lets them know they're in the right place. We can, of course, add more here, but as far as functional and lean, this will work. You're going to be creating a new contact record with this name and phone number, and then this name and email will be populated in the custom fields for that record. On our thank you page, a simple confirmation. Now we can't use their first name because the first name will be who they've just submitted. We have to use the referring friend name. There we go. At this point, we can mark the form as ready, but not before we uncheck the auto-population setting. Remember, this form is going to be creating a brand new contact. So we want to make sure that when people come from an email, this form is not going to auto-populate. So the key function here is making sure this is unchecked. If you want to leave yourself a notification, you can. And at this point, now we can actually mark it as ready. I misspoke earlier. We're going to need to publish this form in order to link to it from within these emails. So we're going to finish building out this task to follow up, and then that way the only thing left to publish is asking for the referral. Let's grab a new task to follow up. In this case, it's a call. We have a new referral. And in this case, we actually won't have a last name. And now we can say who recommended them right in the body of the task. Referring name, just referred, first name to us. We now have all the context for whoever's being assigned the task to perform the action. They know it's a new referral, and we know who referred them. We even know their email address, so we could look them up beforehand if we wanted to. We want to make sure that we are assigning this, giving it a priority, and now we can mark this task is ready. And then we can also mark the sequence as ready. Remember, we're not collecting an email address, so we can't put any emails here. We might do some tagging, possibly applying some notes, but we can't email. At this point, we need to publish the campaign, for the purpose of being able to link this form into these emails. And that's what we'll do. Now that this form has been published once, we can refer to it within these emails. We're going to have a single email that goes immediately. The email itself is going to be a very simple referral request. Thanks for being a valued customer. Valued customer. I have a quick question. Who do you know that could also benefit from what company offers? Or you could say what I provide. If you have somebody in mind, would you please click here and share their phone number so we can give them a call. Thanks. And then signing off as the owner. We also want to give them a way out, just to let them know if they can't think of anybody, that's okay. This way they don't feel obligated. If you can't think of somebody, that's okay. No hard feelings. And a smiley face. So again, this email could look any number of ways. The one thing to keep in mind is that this is being triggered manually from an employee as soon as the employee hits that big red automation button. The last piece is linking click here to the web form that we just created. At this point, we can now mark this email as ready, as well as the sequence. And now we can publish the campaign. And once the campaign's been published, when an employee wants to ask a customer for a referral, all they have to do is apply this admin ask for referral note to the contact record. This delivers an email pointing to a referral collection form. And when the form is submitted, it's going to create a new contact record. This is why we uncheck the auto-population setting to ensure that the customer providing the referral doesn't get confused when they arrive at the form. If the setting was left on, they would see their own information in the My Friend fields. In order to link to a hosted web form or a landing page, the form must be published at least once. And this is why we had to publish the campaign in the middle of the video. If we want, we can change this to be a tag-based goal and have this be automated from other campaigns. For example, triggering this campaign after a positive survey response. Keep in mind that we can use the admin task note reporting to track which employees are asking for the most referrals, because the note will be assigned to the user who applied it. Collecting an email address for a referral and emailing without permission would violate Infusionsoft's acceptable use policy. However, we can call the referral and get their permission to email directly. On the thank you page of the form, we also could have linked back to the form again so people can do multiple referrals. For a similar model to help you get started with this, you can download the Refer a Friend campaign from the Infusionsoft Marketplace. In the next video, we're going to look at building an automated Twitter offer.